Jokic, first of all, you cannot compare eras. So Steve Kerr saying that he's the greatest center of all time is a little ridiculous. And we have to see what this guy is going to do moving forward. He's only 30 years old. He's got a lot of basketball left. To compare him to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is ridiculous. He is not Kareem. There's no comparison to Kareem. Kareem was a different type of player. Now, Jokic is a great shooter. There's no question. And the game has changed. It's different. It's completely different. Now, could Jokic go down as the greatest center of all time? 100%. He might very well be that. But not yet. And to compare him to all the great centers of what we've seen over the last 20, 30 years, it's different. The 90s was different. The early 2000s were different. The 80s was different. I mean, in the 80s, we saw that tough center. I mean, the Lambeers, the Robert Parishes. That's what they were in the 80s. In the 70s, we talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and then Wilt Chamberlain and then the end of, Russell's, tenure. I mean, it is a different era. It's different times. To say that the game is different. If you put your hands on a player now, you're going to the free throw line. In those days, you're going to get clotheslined. It's a different game. And for Steve Kerr to come out and say, well, I played against Kareem and he was special and da-da-da-da-da. You never played against Jokic, and you never played in a time that the game was so wide open. Steve, you were a great three-point shooter in a time where you were hitting open jump shots. You think that you would be doing that in the game now? You're not. You were never athletic. There was no athletic ability in your bones, okay? And that's why Michael Jordan picked on you all the time. So it's just pathetic. And I'm not a Steve Kerr fan because I think he's an overrated coach who's coached great players in Steph Curry and Draymond Green in the primes of their career, Thompson and Kevin Durant. So it's great. And he won an Olympic gold medal. Anybody would have won an Olympic gold medal this year with the team that he put together or they put together. I just think when you're coming out and you're saying something like this guy hasn't even finished his career, and you're saying he's the greatest center of all time, people are saying that he's better than Michael Jordan. That's ridiculous. It's dumb. It's stupid. Stop comparing eras. There is no comparison. I remember what would happen in the beginning of the season, Speedy. Remember, there was a player that's playing for the Spurs that everybody said could go down as the greatest player in NBA history. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Speedy?
Duncan?
No. Right now on the Spurs, the center of the Spurs.
Wemby.
Wembanyama. Remember when they were saying that? And I put out a post and everybody attacked it on TikTok and said, oh, this guy's never gotten hurt. This guy this. And he hasn't played hurt ever. And then all of a sudden, what did he get? He gets blood clots. We don't know if this guy's even going to play again at 100% because blood clots are always going to be in your body. They never go away. So here's the thing. I look at the game and the transition of the game. It's fun to watch. Everybody loves it. Fantasy fans love it because you're seeing points and rebounds and assists. You're seeing things that we've never seen a big man do or any of these guys. I just think that people need to stop, put the brakes on, and wait until this guy finishes his career. Is it special? It is special. It's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. I love him. I think he's great for the sport. Stop it, Steve. You say the dumbest things all the time. You said that Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. You're an idiot. Magic Johnson is way better than he was. Stop with this crap. He defended multiple positions, and this guy can't even defend a point guard position. Stop with this. He's the greatest shooter of all time. That's it. Stop with this crap, putting him over Magic Johnson or what Isaiah Thomas did at the time that the game transitioned into Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. That's all I'm going to say about Steve Kerr, and Steve Kerr just needs to zipper his mouth and just coach the damn game.
And he even said in the interview, like, I didn't get to play with Kareem that long. He's at the tail end of his career. But, like, what I've seen recently is Jokic is one of the best to ever do it. It wasn't he's like, this guy's the greatest. He would kill Kareem. He didn't say it like cocky. He's just like what he's been doing the last 3 years. He's been on an incredible run, and he's one of the best to be in the league right now and ever do it. I think it was just like a backhanded comment because the reporter asked him a question. I don't think he was trying to diss eras. It was kind of a nonchalant answer if you look and watch it.
The only thing amazing about what Nikola Jokic is doing that really stands out, not just the triple-double, the guy was a second-round draft pick. Kareem was the first number one pick in the draft. So when you look at where these guys come from, they're completely from different parts of the world. And this guy has He's revolutionized the position. He did, and he has.
Dude, 30, 13, and 10 is revolutionizing a position as well. That's what this guy's averaging this year. It's never happened. And you could talk all you want about Russell Westbrook the year that he hogged the ball. No, they weren't really a good team when he did that. We know James Harden was on a good team with Chris Paul when he had similar stats where it was close to a triple-double. I don't know if he actually got the full triple-double.
No, he didn't.
Right
but that was his MVP
He was
year.
right there
close.
with Westbrook with that ball dominant, complete ISO with his crazy traveling that they never called, back on those crazy teams. But this is not that. This is a guy facilitating, playing like a point center and being able to shoot almost as good as Dirk and facilitate, make behind the back passes like he's Bill Walton at center. And then at the same time, be one of the 3 best rebounders in the league. That's never happened. Never. So
no, there's
Steve
no
Kerr's
prototype
not wrong
like
about
him.
that. Kareem never did that. He wasn't that type of a passer.
It was a different sport. It was a different game.
Oh, no. But that's all Steve Kerr was saying. To me, he was just saying,
Steve Kerr says a lot of stupid things, and he
never
just
saw
says
Kareem
it.
do that.
He just says it. I think Steve Kerr needs to zipper his mouth. Why is he opening? If it's Greg Popovich or it's Pat Riley or one of those guys, I respect those guys. Those guys are special GMs and coaches. These guys are looked at as the greatest at their respectable positions. I look at Steve Kerr. He coached great players. When he took over Golden State, Steph Curry was in the prime of his career. Thompson was in the prime of his career. Draymond Green was in the prime of his career. And then after that, they brought in Kevin Durant in the prime of his career. Any one of us could have coached those teams. Stop with this. And everybody says, oh, he's so great. He's the greatest coach of this era. I'd be the greatest coach of that era, too, if
Errol,
I was coaching
I have
them.
a feeling you wouldn't get along with Draymond Green.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't.
I don't know if you'd be able to coach that Draymond team.
No, because I wouldn't kiss his ass. That's why I'm not going to sit there.
I know, and you guys would get in a fight the first day.
Well, you're damn right. And I take this iPad and shove it up his ass. That's what I would do. God knows he likes to show his testicles on Snapchat? That guy is a weirdo. Their whole organization's weird.
You'd have to pull off.
Let me ask you guys a question. Here's a good question. The GM who practically built this team, who obviously picked Steve Kerr after Mark Jackson was thrown to the wolves. What happened to him? Where did he disappear to?
A different sport.
I'll tell you what he did do. He left before all this started crashing down. And this team is not winning a championship. They might get close. They're not winning the championship. They're not good enough. And I like Steph Curry, what he's doing this year. It's special. He's doing some great things right now, and he's putting up big numbers. Let's be honest. They're not beating the Lakers in a 7-game series. OKC's going to beat them because they're young and they're fun to watch. I think it's going to be OKC and the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals.